All right, here we go. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new 151. Infinipede and Banana Meteor are already here with us.
Hello. Good to be here, as always.
Nobody in chat at the moment, but I'm sure that will change before too long.
I imagine it will.
Yeah.
Hopefully, people aren't too busy playing BDSP today.
I actually, despite Sinnoh being my all-time favorite region, I want to finish Megaten 5 first, so even though I bought it, I haven't been playing it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Also, I'm sure we can get into this, but I think if there's a Pokemon game to skip, it's probably this one.
Really?
I mean, here's the thing. You've played Gen 4 before. You've played it. Very little has changed.
I don't care. I want to go back to Sinnoh.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later on, but I feel like we should do the setup of the stream of what we're doing before we get into all that. Diamond Lucy, Blau Serpa Royal, welcome. Yeah, so today we're doing Scyther and Pinsir, both of them designed by Infinipede. So which one do you want to start with?
Well, you have Scyther on here as the concept, so let's start with Scyther.
Oh, that's fair. I did do that. I guess Scyther is earlier in the Pokedex. That's probably what I...
It is, so yeah, Scyther's fine by me.
thinking of. Sure.
Yeah. So, fun thing about Scyther, because I had to increase the contrast and brightness on Pinsir, the colors came out looking a lot brighter than they were with my markers.
Oh, okay.
Really read my notes.
Yeah, no, it says upward pointed abdomen. It took me a while, but I think I got that. Yeah.
But the idea is it's like more of a spruce green. Though the teal came out a lot more readable on there.
Yeah, okay. So not quite as bright as this, but
yeah, it's less mint and more spruce. But we can play with the blades and toe claws are definitely like a darker gray rather than like a brown.
Gotcha.
I was just working with what I had, honestly.
Yeah, no worries. So, what's the idea here?
Okay, so Scyther does not look like an insect. Let's get that out there. It's got some jointed bits, and it's got insect wings. But Scyther looks like a freaking lizard. And I am done with that. I don't like bug types that look like not bugs, I guess. I like them to look at least a little like a bug. I feel like it's a cop-out. As a bug lover.
All right.
Just my onion. I like them to have at least a bit of bugginess to them. And I feel like Scyther misses the mark on that to a somewhat egregious degree.
Gotcha.
So, I gave Scyther more, jointed bits, as well as the more backward-pointing abdomen of actual mantises, in addition to mantis eyes, because I feel like mantis eyes are really cute, and very iconic. If you actually look at their eyes, they're kind of adorable. They just look confused all the time.
I'm gonna have to look that up, because my main question here was actually what is the shape of the head, because seeing it straight on can, just a little bit difficult to judge what the overall shape is, but
it's similar to Scyther's head with the pointed top and the lines going down to, I guess, the quote-unquote snout. But it's if you look at the bottom art, the more modern art,
yeah,
it looks like that. But if you look at, for example, an orchid mantis, It's got that type of eyes. In place of the two, left and right spikes on the top of the head.
Okay. Looking at an orchid mantis specifically. Yeah, okay, so the eye is not just like bulging out, but actually like pokes out.
Yeah, like the eye, like the spikes have become the eyes.
Gotcha.
And then it's still got like a lower jaw, but it's got mandibles. Like it's got like, you know, those pointed quote unquote teeth to sort of represent mandibles.
Yeah.
And I feel like other than that, it's like head shape around the back is probably similar to Scyther.
Okay.
I see you went with a bit of a mintier color scheme. Was that a deliberate decision or a limitation of the medium?
Yeah, like I said, I originally drew it with kind of like a sprucey green. And that's a deliberate decision. I'll get into that in a minute. So, yeah, I intentionally am trying to get this Scyther to be more insect-like, but I also want it to reference how much Scyther is described as being like a ninja in the Pokédex entries. My guess is that the blades on Scyther not only represent, like, you know, mantis claws, like their foreclaws, but also Kusadigama, which are the kama, like the little scythes attached to chains and weights. And you would have, like, you know, theoretically, you would have ninjas wielding, like, dual wielding these. It's still used in some, like, martial arts. So that's my guess as to why Scyther is, you know, has got these two blades.
It could also be from sickles, right? Because a lot of, if I remember correctly, a lot of ninjas were like just farmers using whatever tools they had.
Yeah, those would be kama.
Yeah.
The Kusadigama is the kama with the chains and the weights attached to them. And again, this is like theoretical, but the weights and chains would be used to disarm an enemy, and then they would go in for the kill with the sickles. So that's sort of how, like, why there's that additional joint. It's supposed to be like the chain and the weight. I also made the...
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I also made the sides more of an irony color, to look more like how Kama's actually looked. The minty or sprucey color of the body, rather than the bright green, is meant to be more ninja-esque as well, along with the teal, because ninjas would have worn, like, farmers' clothing. Yeah, they would have worn, like, blue, traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
As well as moving the wings to a more downward position is supposed to be like a cape or a cloak.
Right.
And that's about it. And the wings, the pattern on the wings, if you look at some mantis wings, they'll have that sort of continuous, like, swooshy pattern.
Continuous swooshy pattern.
It's hard to describe, but it's kind of like, they're like, it's like little rings that fade as you get towards the tips. I guess look up, like, mantis wings.
Yeah, I'm
trying to find, like, a
okay,
good...
yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, so I was trying to get at that, but have it be more, like, simplified.
Mm-hmm.
So I made them kind of, like, like, half rings.
Yeah. So yeah, someone was asking if you incorporated any of Scizor or, like, thought about Scizor at all, and I also have Scizor on screen for that same reason.
The only way I incorporated Scizor was in making the sides feel more metallic.
Okay.
I'm personally not big on Scizor. So I feel like if we end up doing, you know, new 151 plus, I would definitely be redesigning. I would love to redesign Scizor.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, the sides to the claws are a bit funky in my opinion.
As long as you
And don't
keep it-
really, and Scyther just doesn't really capture the whole, like, Scyther's a ninja, and now it gets metal, and it's suddenly not. It's also not a mantis anymore, it's just a thing.
As long as you keep the pea green shiny, we're good.
Oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool with that. Like,
I feel like the dark pattern that you put on Scyther's front is a little bit reminiscent of Scizor, but
yeah, like,
Yeah.
that was probably unintentionally me being like, I
Right.
wanted to change the, like, yellow pattern on the front to a dark pattern.
yeah.
So Aiden likes Greninja. The abdominal protrusion, that is supposed to be an insect abdomen, and I don't like how it sticks out at the bottom like that. It's sticking out of the back now, more like an actual mantis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the angle that we draw out at the final in, we'll try to make that obvious.
Yeah, it'll probably... I wasn't able to draw it as obviously, because I really wanted to get the shape of the head from the front to, like, show really well, so I just drew it directly from the front.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really able to get the abdomen to show.
Yeah. To be honest, like, I have nothing really to suggest for Scyther. I had some thoughts on Pinsir, but we'll get to that one later.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I feel like definitely Pinsir could use a little sprucing up, but I
Yeah.
think the general idea for Pinsir is pretty solid. Like,
Banana Meteor,
Yeah.
did you have any thoughts before we
I
just head in on
I
this one?
had never really thought about Scyther not being very bug-like, but now that you bring it up, like, yeah, you're 100% right. The head especially feels very reptilian and
Yeah.
not very bug-like. That doesn't bother me because I like reptiles, but also, like, if we're redesigning it, why not make it more of a bug?
exactly. Like, I don't mind. Like, I don't think I'd mind as much if it wasn't like a bug type and also didn't really look super bug-like except for the abdomen and wings.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if you
think-
swapped the abdomen out for, like, a ball and changed the wing and, like, removed the wings, it would just not look like a bug type.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
And that makes sense because from what we know of the history of the design of Scyther, it did not start out as a bug. It started out as something more draconic. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised it still kind of represents that. I don't
Yeah,
know if
definitely
I'm
like the...
sold on the gray in your design yet, but I'm sure that, like, I'll reevaluate it once we're drawing that. I just don't want the sights to kind of be less noticeable, and I feel like gray is a bit less eye-catching than the white before. But, like, who knows? Maybe I'll enjoy it.
That's a good point. We can probably play around with that. Like, I wanted it to more clearly reference the commas, but I think as long as, like, it does that, it's fine by me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't make that connection until I was reading up on Scyther, and there were so many dex entries being like, this is a ninja! And I'm like, oh my god, he's wielding Kusarigama.
right.
Like, I was dumb, and I didn't realize. Aiden, it'll still be bug flying. We don't change types, but sometimes we do reference, like, some sort of moves that the Pokemon has, or some things having to do with its animal or its design. Like, if you've seen Librus's Sand Slash and Sand Shrew, they have, like, some purple bits referencing that some shrews are poisonous and or venomous, and that they learn, like, poison sting and stuff. So, like, we don't change types, but sometimes we put bits in that are like, hey, you know, this Pokemon has a bit of a thing with this type.
Yeah. Do you have a Scyther pose you really like? I really like the top one, but...
Oh, same.
The top one's the tough one. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but
Well, yeah, I think it needs to be, like, a little bit different from that because of the body shape, because it has the abdomen pointing backwards, and I want to show that.
maybe if it's, like, forward a bit more. Like the torso and the head.
Yeah, yeah. But as far as the, I don't know, a little bit of the angle and just like the shape of the arms generally.
I agree.
I feel like that's a good approach anyway.
Like that slight bird's eye view, yeah.
Yeah.
Serper Royal, I don't know if Scyther is based on Kamen Rider, which is, I think, what you're thinking of, but that would be cool. That said, the Kamen Rider costumes tend to have the bug eyes, which Scyther is unfortunately lacking.
I actually really liked Kamen Rider as a kid.
I watched it. It sounds like something I would like.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
They're coming out with, or they already, I think they might either already have it or they're coming out with, but so I've got that like Digimon fitness watch. They're coming out with like a Kamen Rider version. And an Ultraman version.
Huh, they must be really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've been selling pretty well. They came out with a like there's different chips you can put in to raise different Digimon. And they're coming out with a bug one, and it's got my favorite Digimon ever on it, so I am super hype. I pre-ordered it.
I'm not into Digimon enough to have been attracted by that, but it sounds cool from the little that I've heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, they could, like, theoretically, I mean, it's a Bandai property, but, like, if Bandai and Nintendo ever did a crossover, like, or Nintendo copied the concept, a Pokemon fitness watch would be cool, where you could just, like, evolve the Pokemon by exercising.
I mean, it would probably just be a Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
but it would be fun to have it be, like, a wearable fitness watch.
Yeah. Well, obviously this is rough, obviously. I think mostly, though, I need to emphasize the foreshortening and just kind of make the legs smaller, but the overall shape is not too bad.
I definitely think the overall shape is good.
I would definitely push the legs a little more to your left, because I think right now it kind of looks like it's in a bit of a squatting pose. I think the original Sugimori art is supposed to more look like it's jumping up to meet you.
Yeah. That being said, I don't mind it being in a, like, squatting and about to strike pose, I guess. Just because...
I wasn't going for a jumping pose, but I can try that.
Yeah. Mostly because I want this one to have the wings down.
Okay, yeah, we can leave it as is then.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see if I can do it.
Yeah, a lot of the dex entries I read were like Scyther doesn't use its wings often, and then I ended up using them for like a cape.
Yeah, I like what you did with them.
Thanks.
Gosh, I almost never try foreshortening. I'm too much of a coward.
Hard.
It is really difficult.
When I do it, it looks wonky, so...
I feel the same way about mine. It's one of those things I love it when I see it in other people's art, and then I try to do it, and I'm like, whoops, never mind.
Yeah.
It is definitely tough.
I typically, when I end up doing it, I typically use like Design Doll or something to do the pose, and then just like sketch based on that.
Yeah.
Which works great for humanoids, because that's mostly what I draw, other than Fakemon.
I do not have that though, so.
Oh, I mean, you can just get like a free version, and it just doesn't allow you to save edits. You'll just have to screen cap them.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think it's worth trying out for like drawing people, but.
Yeah, but why would I draw people?
Oh yeah, you guys don't draw people.
I do sometimes. I think I probably will for Christmas this year. But
Oh yeah.
definitely, now that I've been doing mostly Rareware fan art, unless I'm doing like Joanna Dark, probably not drawing a lot of people.
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of like fan art, because my girlfriend wanted, we've been watching through Digimon Adventure, like the remake, colon or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And we got to talking about, like, out of all of the characters in Adventure, like, the most likely to, like, if they had a gun, the most likely to just go ham and shoot it would be Mimi. And
I think you're right.
yeah, because we were talking and we're like, okay, Ty would, like, use it if he had to, or he would end up just shooting himself in the foot. Joe would have, like, an entire, like, he would have just, like, a big booklet of gun safety laws for, like, every prefecture of Japan. And he would keep it inside, like, a gun safe that he would just carry with him.
So
Yeah.
what do you think of the more jumping pose that I tried now?
I don't know if I'm sold on its left leg, but like it's a tricky pose, so
Yeah.
who knows?
I think I prefer the squatting.
Okay. You're
Listen to
the
them
boss.
kind of- Yeah, they know what's up. I'm just here.
But yeah, so I drew her Mimi with a gun.
Great.
And then I sent it to Banana Meteor's husband, because he's a big Digimon
He
fan.
loves Digimon. I would like to nominate Matt/Yamato as number 2 most likely to fire a gun.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I feel like Taichi would be number 3 though.
Yeah.
Like if somebody around him was in danger, he would not hesitate.
But he'd goof it.
Oh yeah, he would shoot himself in the foot. We just came up with this whole thing where it's like the alternate universe where where the first movie, Our War Game, is just Mimi with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And just like she just unloads on Diaboromon. And like the movie is like 5 minutes long. Okay, I can see Sora with a gun. I feel like Sora is in the same boat as Tai, but like she would not shoot herself in the foot.
She would be more capable of it.
Yeah.
For sure. No, you're gonna know the answer to this. What is that Digimon where its body is just a gun?
I think it's like I know what you're talking about, but I forget the name. It's like the
one that-
cowboy-looking one.
Yeah, it's got cowboy boots and it's a gun.
I think it starts with an S.
Okay.
I know, like, I was talking about, like, introducing my girlfriend to Digimon, and your husband said, like, this is how I introduce people to Digimon. He just linked me an image of that.
Yeah. Thing is so funny.
I know, it's hilarious. And then there's Gundramon, which is just all guns. Deputymon, thank you.
Deputymon. What a great name. 10 out of 10. Oh my god, I had to pull up a picture of it. I'm just looking at it now. I will never design anything as perfect as Deputymon. A gun holding 2 guns.
A gun holding two guns. All right.
And then I don't know. Deputymon is amazing, but like I like Gundramon. It's just peak Digimon.
Thank you, chat, for remembering what my brain had unfortunately blocked out.
Gundramon is like, it's like ankles are guns, its knees are guns, its tail is a gun, its arms are guns, its shoulders are guns with more guns on them, its ears are guns, its head is a gun.
I just looked that up too. Digimon is built different. Like, my god.
Yeah. Like, I love how they have, like, you know, nice, like, simple-ish designs, like, you got, like, stuff like Koagamon and Elecmon, and then it's, like, Gundramon.
Yeah. I'm sure that I've talked about this on stream before, because I'm sure we brought up Digimon, and it's my go-to, but Ancient Troymon is infinitely funny to me. It's just the Trojan horse with guns on the side.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, I like all the ancient ones.
Delightful.
Yeah.
And name-wise, Doberman is a 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's on par with, like, Angelwamon.
Yeah.
I think Gundramon just reloads through, like, magic. Digital magic. The loading bar. Like, if you're Gundramon and you're reloading, does a little, like, loading bar just appear in the bottom of your vision? Yeah, but I've gotten a couple, like, of the Digimon V-Pets, too. Because I joined, like, a V-Pet community, and I'm like, shit, these things are cute. I'll get some.
Yeah. I'm glad you're getting back in, so I feel like a lot of people are getting back in with the advent of the new competitive card game really popping up.
Oh yeah, that was definitely part of it. But I've got, right now, I have 3 V-Pets, and I have 2 that I'm running. The DMX, which is released in the US and is pretty awesome. It's got like a little RPG in it, essentially, where you can, it's called like quest mode, where you can go through and like battle Digimon, and it's just a lot of fun. And then I have the DM20th, where you can raise 2 Digimon at once, but they are incredibly demanding. Like in the DMX, like there's, I think there's 4 hearts for like a mega level, but each heart is like 2 food and they deplete by half. But in the DM20th, they deplete by a whole heart, so they're like constantly hungry, constantly crapping, and constantly need pills.
My only point of reference is my brother got me a classic Tamagotchi for my birthday last year, which I did keep alive for like a like reasonable amount of time, like
Nice.
looking in the manual. Like I had it for like 3 weeks, but like I don't know if you're familiar with those, but like how demanding is it compared to that?
I am not familiar with the Tamagotchi. Like, how often did you have to feed yours?
Probably like every 3 hours.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They're not super demanding once they get up to like mega level. Nanimon is a meme. Like, you can't talk bad about like Nanimon, Sukamon, and Numamon because they're all just memes. Nanimon is like somebody intentionally designing something bad.
Nanimon's the one with future on his head, right?
Yeah.
Ah, Digimon.
Yeah. It's also a reference to like a Tamagotchi thing, which is like the old man Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
And someone was just like, make this into a Digimon, and some guy was like, okay, and just like dipped it in a vat of cyberpunk. I unironically like Numamon though. Numamon is cute.
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm glad that Digimon is so unafraid to be weird and out there.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, we all love Pokemon.
I
We
love
all love Pokemon, but I feel like Pokemon is they're less willing to make things not like regal or pretty. There's a lot less
definitely.
like they're out there, but there's a lot less Pokemon that are just like, here I am, this is what I am, and it's a weird thing.
Kumhiramon, that's one of the Devas, right? Let me look this up.
Like, if
Is it the
Digimon
mouse?
was designing Pokemon, they would have an evolution that was just terrible and everybody hated, but Digimon would be like, well, we made it, so there you go. There's
Okay.
sack of shitamon.
Kumhiramon actually makes sense because it has a weapon on its back, an actual weapon called like a Vajra or a Vajira. And it's like because they're all both based on like the Chinese astrology, but also they're like very Indian in design. The Vajra is like an Indian weapon. So that's what he has on his back. And he has like the same sort of body type as all the other Devas. I think he's a fine design. There's nothing wrong with him.
I'm glad we're still talking about Deputymon in chat. He's great.
Oh yeah.
Everything that's being said is just a boon to his beautiful design.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been talking about Gano. I've been telling my girlfriend that Black War Greymon is the Batman of Digimon. But I guess he's sometimes actually evil, so maybe not. Leomon is anime daddy. He's just always dead.
Yeah.
Like, I actually got a, so on my DM20th, I was trying to get an Animon because you could digivolve it into Digitamamon and then Titamon, which I really like Titamon. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a Titamon. And then it digivolved into Leomon, and I'm like, crap, guess I'll die. And then I just, like, let Leomon naturally die.
What is the season of Digimon where the protagonist's dad is genuinely a Leomon? Like, he's a human being, but his dad is Leomon.
I don't remember.
Okay.
That's a thing?
That is apparently a thing.
Clearly, I have not watched enough Digimon.
You should watch Ghost Game. It's actually really good. It's Digimon does like horror. And it's taken like these Digimon that it's like normally this would not be scary, but like it is.
Poor Libris. Libris is like, all right, day after new Pokemon games, gonna have a nice Pokemon stream, and we just walk in here and we're like, Digimon.
Oh yeah, Tamers was, in my opinion, probably the best season, but Ghost Game is pretty great. So far, at least.
So, Pokemon.
Scyther's been good so far.
It definitely looks awkward to me, but
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some stuff about it, but I think maybe like the head is a little weird.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do more more layers of sketching to get it right, but.
Yeah, I don't know if we're still trying to do the foreshortening on the legs. I think just because of the angle we drew it at, the foreshortening is probably a little less important. But
Yeah.
right now the legs look a little tiny compared to Infinipede's sketch.
Yeah, I'm trying to balance between the not extreme foreshortening and and a little bit of foreshortening, because you're still looking at it from above.
Right. It's always tricky to do it that way, though.
Yeah.
Foreshortening, the enemy of all artists.
just draw Kabuterimon and call it a day. No, I'm a Kawagamon stan. I can't draw Kabuterimon. I mean, I like Kabuterimon. Let's see. I think maybe our right leg might be a little too far over, or maybe not. I wish I had better advice for you. Should we maybe try a different pose, or?
I don't know. I feel like the pose itself is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I like the pose, but if it's like hard to draw, then
We should just get rid of the arms and call it
Yeah, like there's definitely other poses that would be easier for sure. Like the middle pose is definitely much easier, but
bottom pose. Like, that one's also pretty cool.
that one also involves some foreshortening, but I suppose it's more concentrated on the arms.
Yeah, so that might be a little easier.
It's got this weird twist to the body, though. Like, in terms of just which one is easiest, definitely the middle one.
Yeah, but the middle one's so boring.
Yeah, I know.
It's about tending to the broken parts inside of ourselves.
Well,
We create things as a
let's
reflection of this struggle
put this away and
to study
see if I can
perception
quickly
of self.
uh,
That way,
sketch up one of these other poses.
isn't necessarily a thing you achieve.
If I make the body twist less,
Is a state of mind which you constantly strive toward. This all comes from an understanding that ideas aren't static, but fluid, like water.
still has to twist a little bit because we have one arm facing forward and the other one facing backward.
Yanis, I would set it aside and come back to it later. Sometimes that can help.
Yeah, I like to try a lot of different things. Sometimes just your second or third idea that you won't think will look as good, you'll draw that and you'll be like, oh, that's actually way better. But you also just kind of have to be resigned to the fact that, like, a lot of times, like, Pokemon's so iconic because it does have great designs, and a lot of times you're gonna make something that's not quite as recognizable or iconic, but, like, it's okay too to just kind of put your own spin on it and be satisfied with that.
Yeah, like I'm done trying to completely replicate the style of Pokemon. It's just my thing now.
Yeah, I probably put a little too much 3D mascot platformer energy into my Pokemon designs, but that's what I like, so I guess there's no shame in that.
Yeah. Oh my god. SMT5 feels a bit like a collectathon in some ways.
Oh my gosh, I should probably get it then, huh?
You should. It's hard. So I'd say, like, if you don't want to do grinding, play it on, like, the easier mode.
Oh, I really like hard RPGs, so...
Alright, then play it on normal, because that's what I'm playing it on.
That is a boon for me.
Oh yeah, no, you should definitely pick it up. It's been pretty enjoyable so far. And it's got, like, you're running around, like, collecting different, like, items, trying to get, like, glory so you can upgrade yourself. You're doing, like, actual platforming.
Yeah.
Like, it's very basic, but, like, there's jump puzzles and stuff.
Gosh,
And, you're trying to find these little guys so you can get more glory, and it's fun.
Okay. I did put it on my Christmas list. My dear sweet mother-in-law was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Can I have the game with the demons in it? Thank you." So fingers crossed that she'll pick up that one for me.
Oh yeah.
Does
No,
this pose look better to you?
I like that pose better already.
That's a good pose. That's definitely a good pose.
Looks a little more aggressive. I like the leg posing better on that.
Yeah. The sizes of the scythes need to be adjusted, but other than that, I like it too.
Yeah, it's good. Sorry to be so critical on your last one.
It's
You
definitely a hard
should be
pose.
sorry for helping me do better.
Yeah. I don't blame you. It's a hard pose to do with the changes I made to the design. In my opinion.
How?
I think it's also stressful to work on something and just have people there being like, "I don't like it.
Yeah.
Make it the way I want."
I mean, I've been doing that for 3 years. No, I'm fine.
You're clearly more powerful than I am.
Gana, I want to keep the wings somewhat down to keep the cloak effect.
Did we say it right, Yanis? Right now I'm just pronouncing it like famed basketball player Yanis Antetokounmpo. So hopefully that's something. Giannis, Yanis?
I probably butchered it. I'm sorry.
Now we're just making me even more embarrassed. Sorry, bud.
Oh, okay, good.
You did it.
Good job.
It's a vintage joke, Aiden, but I liked it.
Very, very vintage meme.
I mean, I have to admit that's what I thought of too. But I think mostly because the name that was actually, part of that thing, that was Yanni. I was like, is that a name?
Yeah, that's a name.
Yanni the Yanitor.
I remember being very confused. Like, why would anyone hear that? Like, I eventually heard it, but it was only after, like, I'd been kind of primed to hear it, so it was...
Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird.
What are Scyther's sides? I've always kind of imagined them like an exoskeleton, just like thick kite, personally.
Yeah, chitin makes sense.
Oh, like, what are they in the sense of, like, what are they made of?
Yeah. Just like a hardened outer shell that's very sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like bug mandibles, generally.
Gano, that reminds me of back when I was a kid on Neopets. I'd respond to people who were like asked for my password, trying to scam me by telling them my password was gullible.
Did it work to get rid of them?
Yeah, somebody actually responded saying, "That's not your password."
Very good.
It didn't work. I'll be right back. I gotta take my meds.
Okay. Yeah, I like how this pose is working out better already. Good stuff.
Yeah, it still needs work, but yeah, I like it.
So, Libris, have you started your BDSP journey yet?
I have. I started it last night, and I played it a little bit today. But I've just arrived at Valley Windworks. Like, I haven't done anything there yet. I just
Okay.
arrived. So it's going okay. Like so far, I can't say I really have any complaints. Nothing major anyway.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the full scale. My biggest complaint is that I feel like full scale human models look really weird.
It looks weird with constantly switching between the two styles.
That's a thing that bothers me, but like, it's
It's not
always
like a
been a
market
thing
fit.
in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why? Like, why not just pick one and stick with it? But it has always been that way with Pokemon games. Like, since Generation 1, that's how it was.
Yeah.
And like, back then it made sense, and so, this is a remake of a game where that was kind of necessary, so it's okay.
Right.
But I think the humans look bad. The full-scale models. Like, the Chibis, I think, actually look pretty good.
Oh, I kind of like the full scale ones more. I'm the opposite way. So maybe the true answer is they should just be rocking something in between that they can use for both in battle and overworld.
What do you... Like, you think that they look natural? Like, I think it's the youngster character in particular. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this model looks unfinished.
I don't know if I would say natural. It's very much that anime style, but
Well, yes, but like the characters in Sword and Shield looked fine.
I'm back.
welcome back.
Welcome to the BDSP discussion.
Yeah, maybe Infinipede will have some weigh in on that discussion.
What about?
So, Libris and I are discussing whether we like the style of the overworld, the chibi style, or the full models in battle more.
I haven't played it. I'm going in mostly blind.
Okay.
Well, that's not helpful.
Sorry. I'm sure I'll have an opinion next month.
I mean, it's something other Pokemon games have done before, and Libris and I are on different sides of it, but I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just... Like, I wish they would just pick a style and use it for everything and not have different styles between the battle and the overworld.
Yeah.
But what bothers me more is that I think the in-battle humans look bad. The gym leaders and like the important characters, not so much, but the just like run-of-the-mill route trainers, yeah.
Funny, they don't bother me at all, but to each their own.
No, it's not to each their own. Not in this case.
You're wrong, and I don't like it.
No, it's just like they're like joints look wrong. They remind me of like, I don't know what if there's like a proper word for it, but like jointed fabric dolls. You know, so like if you have a doll that's made of fabric and stuffing, but it has a joint on the arm, so it has like, there's the full part, and then there's a kind of pinch where it's stitched together at the elbow, and then there's a full part again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like kind of like Woody from Toy Story.
Yes. Yes, that is what the human characters look like to me.
I'm gonna have to look at them now. I mean, I don't see that on the player character, but I'll try to look for it.
Yeah, no, it's not so much on like the important characters, but on the kind of trainer classes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But to answer Gano's question, my starter was Piplup, and
best.
Yeah, and so far I don't really have anyone on my team besides Piplup and maybe Badoo that I can really see sticking around the team long term. Because I have Staravia and a Luxio at the moment, but like those were part of my Sinnoh teams both other times that I played through it. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to use the same team that I would default to.
It's hard. It's hard to play a Pokemon game and see your favorites and just be like, bye. I'm struggling with that right now, too.
Yeah.
I just passed up on Buizel, who I love, but, like, I always use Buizel, so I was like, alright, I'll use Shellos instead, but, like, I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up using Gastrodon, but until I get Gastrodon, I'm gonna kick my Piplup out and use a Beaveril.
Yeah.
Because I love stupid Beaver.
I could not pass up on Starly because, gosh, I love Staraptor. I love that emo bird. I need him on my team. Other than Staraptor, I'm trying to pick things that I wouldn't normally pick.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna pick my Sinnoh favorites, like, you know, Tangrowth and Gastrodon, but I'll try some new stuff too.
Yeah, I don't have access to the underground yet, but I'm probably going to focus on using some like underground exclusive mons, depending on what I can find early. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just kind of going for it. I'm just catching everything and then deciding on the spot whether I'm going to put it on the team or not.
I
Yeah.
think that's a fine way to play. I'm a little disappointed that experience share is always on, because that's something I normally turn off on my playthroughs because I find it a little too hand-holdy. And
It just
I
means
went
you
to
have
turn
to
it
switch
off.
your team out.
Yeah, I put on a lot of parameters, and just because like I'm familiar with the game, I'm familiar with Pokemon, so I'm trying to do a run where I don't use Pokemon centers, and I'm specifically using set for the battle option. But like,
Oh yeah, that's how I
just-
always play it these days.
yeah, it's fun that way. But I just had to turn a forest, so all my stuff got healed anyway, because I can't skip over Cheryl teaming up with me.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Yeah. I typically play with, even if I'm given the option, I play with experience share on. Just because I don't feel like grinding is a test of skill.
and that's totally fine. I
Yeah.
just wish the option was there.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like I'm it's just my personal opinion.
Mhm.
Like I don't see like in Megaten 5, I got the DLC that makes it so the experience bonus Mitamas or whatever appear more. Because again, I don't see grinding as a test of my skill as somebody playing the game.
No,
I'm
God, I
totally
hate
with
grinding.
you. I'm totally with both of you. I just feel over-leveled when the XP share is on.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Sometimes it is like, oh, everything is over-leveled.
I don't
Yeah.
feel. I mean, I don't feel over-leveled yet. Anyway, sometimes it happens, but the thing is that the experience gain is relative to the level difference between your level and the opponent. Like your Pokemon don't all gain the same experience from the battle because the higher level mons on your team are getting less experience. And so it's kind of a great equalizer. It reduces grinding because you don't have to work as hard to like bring a new Pokemon up to the level of the rest of the team. But it also doesn't let your star Pokemon or whatever, like your highest levels, it doesn't let them get as runaway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In terms of how much experience they gain.
Maybe it's because I'm someone who battles every trainer, but
Oh, I battle every trainer too. I generally don't battle every after like the beginning bit. I don't really battle every wild Pokemon, but every trainer, yeah, of course.
Oh, I skip trainer, but I skip a lot of trainer battles. So maybe for me, it's not. I don't get quite as runaway.
Right, I like to get the extra cash, which is especially important on the run I'm playing through because I need the money to buy potions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But, gosh, I just haven't felt threatened. Like I haven't been in the red yet. I haven't heard the little ding sound. I'm not playing a Nuzlocke, but no one's fainted. Like,
Look,
Well, I lost my first battle to Rourke.
I haven't felt threatened in a Pokemon game story-wise since Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and the final like legendary battle
Necrozma?
of that.
yeah.
Yeah, Ultra Necrozma. That is
That
the
one was
last time
cool.
I actually had a difficult Pokemon battle that wasn't like a Battle Tower or something.
And like, I get it. I'm a veteran of the series. It's a game for children. I've been playing it for 20 years. Obviously, I know what's going on. But I like to have options to make it more challenging for myself, especially when it's a game that I have played through multiple times.
Yeah, I completely get that.
People
I
always
agree,
bring
like,
up
having
Ultra
the option.
Necrozma. People always bring up Ultra Necrozma as this like super challenging battle or whatever. I have no problem with it.
My husband was the same way, but I can attest with Affinipede that like I had trouble with that one. I had to swap. I had to like TM some stuff and get it working because I think my team was just weak to it.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of Pokemon that were weak to it. So.
Yeah, I think you just have an advantage if you have a dark type Pokemon on your team. Because you're
I
just
don't
like immune to
think I did.
Photon Geyser or whatever it's called. And I always have a dark type Pokemon on my team.
See, I don't always because I'm not an edgelord.
Don't be mean.
No,
Not all the dark
no,
Pokemon are
they're right.
Edgelord Libris.
No, but it's
Look,
it's not because I'm an edgelord. Although I won't like
I'm just messing with you.
I won't argue that I'm not. But that's not the reason. I just overwhelmingly like a lot of dark type Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so just like, oh, I have the opportunity to put a Larvitar on my team and have a Tyranitar at the end. Yeah, I will. Oh,
Meanwhile, I'm like,
this
no,
oh,
I don't want that.
yeah. One of my playthroughs of Ultra Moon, I think it was. I think that's the one that I played. I had an all dark team, and of course that made for extremely difficult battles against like Hala, for example, because every single one of my Pokemon was weak to his fighting moves. But it was extremely easy against Ultra Necrozma.
Yeah. Look, it took them like 2 generations to make dark types that I really liked. So I just like I like the concept of the type. It's just a lot of the like dark types themselves are like they're alright, or like I like them but I don't love them.
What are the ones that you like?
My favorite dark type is probably Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl's a good one.
I like Incineroar, Malamar,
Okay, so you like all the weird ones.
Spiritomb. I love Spiritomb. I love Skuntank.
Okay, definitely all the weird ones.
I like Crawdon.
Okay, yeah.
And Alolan Persian. Oh, Honchkrow too. I like Honchkrow.
Honchkrow's good.
Okay, so definitely just all the weird ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, Gano, I would agree with you with the vets can do these parameters to make it harder, but I have 3 silly parameters that I'm doing on my run right now, and like, it's not hard. I would love the option to turn off EXP share. It's especially annoying post-game for EV training. I don't want to put EVs on my whole party most of the time when I'm going through that. I don't know why the toggle option is not here. I understand the argument that a kid could turn it off and not know how to turn it back on, but like, I've been playing this game since I was like 5, and I definitely got through the first games without it on. So I'm sure even that if a kid accidentally toggled it, they could still like handle it, you know?
On the EV sides, though, there are much better ways to get EVs these days than by battling.
Yeah.
I feel you. I don't know what the options are going to be in BDSP.
Oh yeah, in BDSP I don't either, but then at the same time, this is not the competitive game, so...
Right.
Yeah.
I think one Pokemon on a team at a time is even easier because that Pokemon gets so leveled. I've done that before, but then like nothing is a low level, so you're over leveled for every battle. So as long as you have a Pokemon that has a good move spread, you're totally fine.
More or less.
Then you have to use something like Kricketune.
Yeah.
Kricketune only challenge. Do it.
Maybe if you're using Kricketune, you're running like Fury Cutter Metronome. Like, maybe I've done it to myself by like being someone who likes competitive battling and has always done that because I
See, now you just need to play Mega 10-5. Like you've graduated from Pokemon being hard. Now you gotta play some Mega 10.
Yeah, and like it's not even like I want it to be grueling. I don't even want it. I think it's great how accessible Pokemon is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, gosh, I would appreciate if I could make it a bit harder for myself.
Like, I go in just expecting to have a fun romp. Like, that's what I've come down to. And, like,
Yeah.
I expect to, like, cheer on my Pokemon and play with my favorites and just have a fun time. And, like, I don't expect anything else out of it unless I go in with, like, this is a Nuzlocke, you know?
Yeah.
But that's just me.
You're definitely going in with the right mindset. Maybe it's me that's setting myself up for disappointment, but like, man, after the deck's cut, I just wanted there to be something for me still, and I feel like there's just not. I miss sprites too. I know that's obviously it's the way of the future. We can't stick to sprites forever, but like when this remake is so similar, and I'm someone who prefers sprites, there's been multiple points in this game where I'm just like, I don't know why I spent $60 on this. I should have just booted up Platinum. Like, I would be having a better time. Because then experience share would be off, and I could do it, and it would be more challenging, and I would enjoy the art style better.
I have no nostalgia for Platinum or for Diamond for that matter, because I didn't enjoy Diamond the first time around. Well, I mean, I enjoyed it, but just not as much as other Pokemon games. And I didn't play Platinum till 2018. But like, Platinum is definitely the better game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm probably still going to enjoy this.
Like, yeah, if you're not, like, expecting certain things from it, it's easy enough to enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, I'm just expecting 3D Sinnoh. Like,
yeah,
I have pretty low expectations. I just want to go back to Sinnoh and have it be 3D. That's literally it.
Then you will get exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not looking for, like, anything amazing. That's why I'm finishing Mega 10-5 first.
Yeah.
Also, Cast Form 7, you said what about Umbreon? You know my opinion on Eevee by now if you've been on these streams.
Wait, what about Umbreon? What was the question?
Because I was...
Oh, dark types.
Dark types. I was saying my favorite dark types.
Yeah.
And how I just like the funky ones. Apparently. Apparently I like the weird ones, but that's me with, like, every, like, monster battler.
Totally valid opinion.
Yeah.
For the record, my favorite dark type is Alolan Rattata.
It's cute.
It's very cute. I am biased because I love mice and rats.
Yeah, it's a cute little guy.
Alolan Rattata is your favorite of all dark types.
All dark types. Number 1. I like how this is baffling to you. You're like, really?
Yeah, it's a little bit. But it's okay. You have the right to be wrong.
You didn't to me.
Says Umbreon Libris. I don't know.
I think there's some bias
some
here.
creative picks here.
Don't worry, Infinipede. You also have the right to be wrong.
Oh,
I'm sorry I didn't make it explicit before. Okay.
I will say, is the cherry on top of my BDSP experience so far. The second after I named myself and my rival, Professor Rowan said, "Your journey of Pokemon is about to unfold," and then the software closed due to an error. And I said, we're back in.
Oh my god, the funniest thing happened to me with the Switch. So Banana Meteor, you played Spiritfarer. I know we discussed it before.
I full played that game.
Yeah, I have yet to finish it. I am not looking forward to doing the challenges that bitchy dog teacher tries to get you to do, so I just haven't played it since I recruited her.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, so, but basically, the first time you meet the giant death owl in that game, his sprite glitched out and the game closed. And I was like, is this some Undertale shit? But no, it was just the Switch glitching out at a really opportune time.
That's always so scary when stuff like that happens.
I was like, is this intentional? Is this some Toby Fox shit?
Well, hopefully you didn't get spooked too bad.
No, I just assumed the game was, like, doing a thing, but no, it was just the Switch. It was just the Switch.
Thanks for
Bye,
hanging
Gano.
out, Gano. Sorry to be such a negative Nancy about Pokemon. Obviously, I like Pokemon because I'm here. I just want different things from it.
Oh yeah, no, I like the Pokemon and the world, and I agree that, like, the game should be more. I mean, like, Mega 10 and Digimon and, like, they've shown us that, like, monster battler games can have, like, high-quality stories and good characters and, like, interesting gameplay. And, like, Game Freak is just content to do, like, you know, but...
They know that they can get away with the bare minimum.
Yeah, yeah.
So they do.
And you and I and Libris are feeding into it, unfortunately.
We're a
but it's
testament
like-
to that, because we just like the franchise and the design so much that no matter what they put out, we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And they know that.
I was very
Yeah.
much on the fence about whether or not to get this one, though. And I only decided to because I've played Sinnoh so little.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, and I didn't enjoy it that much, so a kind of smoother experience of Sinnoh.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm down for that.
If me buying it shows anything, it's to show them I like Sinnoh.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Infinipede, I have you to thank for this, but Sinnoh is really when I got back into Pokemon super hard. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Obviously, I have nostalgia for it too. I remember us being at GameStop opening morning to each pick up our copies and get the stylus, and there was like that kid behind us, and you told him that he should check out sarahb.net. Remember all that? It was great.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I do remember all the times that you were doing the Poke Radar, and how you were like the Poke Radar master.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you were so good at it. I could never get it to work for me.
I don't want to spoil too much, but they did make it easier in this game. Thankfully,
Woo!
thank goodness.
Did they? Because what I heard is that they made some elements easier, but overall, actually, no.
Jeez, I'll have to look into it more then, because I heard about the some elements.
Like, I got really good at I got really good at the RNG stuff. So like, I was the illegal shiny expert.
Yeah.
That's
totally
how I
fine.
got like one of my first shinies.
I don't even really consider RNG illegal. It's like totally legal. It's just
You did when I first got my Vileplume.
Yeah, I think I was definitely more snobby about it back in the day, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, my first shiny was technically legal because I was going to RNG, but then it appeared.
So yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just enjoyed the hunt for it back in the day, so, especially when I had, like, friends in college who were like, here's my hacked team, so I, like, just got a little disenfranchized with the
I get
spirit
that.
of it. But,
Yeah.
like, now it's just, like, whatever. Like, whatever you're doing, and if you're having fun, that's fine.
Yeah, like, I just want, like... Sometimes it's just, like, you want the shiny because the colors are nice, or you,
Yep.
like, which has been my last couple shinies, or you want the shiny because, like, it fits in your theme team.
Right. I will be the first to admit that it is not engaging or fun gameplay to hatch 1,000 eggs to get a Pokemon you want in a different color. Like,
Oh,
it's,
no.
it's soul-crushing. You sit
It's
there and you're like...
soul-crushing, it feels great when you get it, and it feels great to play with it.
Right, but
doing
while you're
it is
doing
not
it,
fun.
you're like, can this be over? I'm ready for this to be over.
Oh my god, I remember the time when I was hunting the shiny Giratina. And this is before I could drive, like, on my own. So Fifi was driving me home, and, like, I screamed in their car because when, on my way home it appeared, and I'm like, and Fifi's like, what? And I'm like, it's the Giratina!
My first shiny was also in a car ride. It was on a trip to my cousin's, and I was playing Sapphire, and I didn't know how to get to the, oh gosh, it's the city where you have to dive down and dive up where the submarine is.
Sutopolis.
Yeah.
Scytopolis. I could not figure it out, even though the submarine's right there telling me what to do, so I was just wandering around the sea aimlessly, and I wandered around aimlessly enough that I found a shiny Tentacool, so that was nice.
Woo! Do you remember my technical first shiny?
Was it the Rattata that
Yes!
you posted about on
It was-
PMF?
It was like in silver or crystal version.
Yeah.
And I like walked out into the grass. It was the first thing I encountered. I was so upset. I think I like called you right after it to like be upset about it.
I don't blame you. I always get anxious in Pokemon games where they make you go in the grass before you have Pokeballs.
Oh,
and
same.
I know it's such a low chance that I'm gonna run into something, but like it's gonna happen to me someday where I find
Yeah,
a
it's
shiny.
like it happened to me.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like a PSA. Like it could happen to you.
well, think about it. You know, back in the day, it was a 1 in 8,000, etc., chance. That means that for approximately 1 in 8,000 people, their very first encounter when they still don't have a Pokeball is a shiny. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's such a bummer.
But most people like aren't gonna know 8,000 people.
Right.
Like they've said like what's the amount of people that you can kind of keep track of at once? It's like either 50 or 150.
Yeah.
So like
You'd have to assume you know a lot of those people are starting Pokemon games a lot in order for
Yeah.
you to know. And for us, that's true because I know you.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But it's something that they should consider in their game design because it's going to happen.
And they have considered it now.
Yeah.
Most games now give you a Pokeball before you go in the grass.
yeah, I always appreciate when they do that. It just
same.
calms my nerves.
Same.
I know enough Pokemon players that I know multiple people that have just started the game with shinies, not on purpose. They've just booted it up and whoops, their starter was shiny. And I've said that to people before, and they're like, "That's insane! You don't know that." And it's like, I do. It's just, it's not because like, it's such a high chance. I just know enough people who are just soul-bound to this game that, like, it's just gonna happen eventually.
Sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not
Hasn't
started
happened
with,
to me yet.
I've not started with a shiny starter, but I've gotten several shiny starter Pokemon from the, like, egg hatching hot springs in Sun Moon.
Yeah.
Like, I got, like, a Cyndaquil and an Oshawott, and I think I might have given the Oshawott to Kim. Either the Oshawott or the Cyndaquil I gave to Kim.
Yeah.
Because I, like, didn't want it, and I'm like, hey, does anyone want this? And, I'm just... and Kim was like, I want it! And I'm like, here you go.
Yeah. Cast Form 7, losing Shiny Ninkata is brutal, because that's 2 shinies that you're losing out on at once.
Yeah. Like, I
Medusa.
thankfully got one through, egg trading stuff.
Yeah.
But, and I've got, what are their names? They're named after the ninja girls in Negima, so... Oh yeah, Fuka and Fumika. But...
That's one of the ones that I chained long ago in Gen 4.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought it was so cool that when you had Shiny Ninkata, you also got Shiny Shedinja out of it.
I love my Shedinja. Like, even if it doesn't look very good in 3D, like, it looks the same.
Yeah.
In sprite form, like, in the change to 3D, we lost so many good shinies.
R.I.P. Neon Green Espeon. Gone but not forgotten.
But it still
I
looks
actually really liked Modern
very
Espeon, but
vibrant. It's still very vibrant.
I think the general take is people like it more, because people tend to like forest green more than lime green, but, like, not me.
I don't know, I think it's still pretty bright green.
yeah,
It
I think
certainly
it like,
is. I
so
miss
I
the
think
old
it's more
shade.
a matter of just like the saturation isn't as high,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it doesn't hurt your eyes as much to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like it when it
Okay.
hurts my eyes.
Now, if you want a Pokemon that lost badly in the I know I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it on Libris's channel. If you want a Pokemon that lost very badly in the transition to 3D, Drapion.
Yeah, they really muted the colors there.
Yeah, like, he was, like, if you look back in, like, Gen 5, he was this, like, gorgeous, like, berry and wine red combination.
Mm-hmm.
And he still had, like, the blue on him, so it was this really nice little contrast of, like, the blue and the white against, like, the berry red and the wine red. And then
Right.
if you look into 3D, he's just like, oh, I'm slightly redder.
The same thing happened to Gliscor, where it used to be this really vibrant blue, and they toned it down.
Yeah.
And I've read that the reason that happened for the colors is when they first did 3D models, they were really referencing Sugimori's watercolor art, and they were trying to like achieve that washed out look, which would have been fine, but they didn't do that to the environments as well.
Yeah.
So all the Pokemon just look more washed out than the world they're in for like
Very.
no reason.
They just look bland comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ruined some of the shinies, and yeah.
I'm with
And
you.
I have a shiny Drapion, and then, like, what did they do to you, Vriska? You look bad.
I am thankful that none of the colors have been retroactively drastically changed, because I feel like if that was happening, a lot of my my green babies would be on the cutting board, because fan reception to those is not generally positive.
Yeah. That's like I appreciate the dumb green shinies with you. Like, they're fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like it when shinies have kind of obnoxious colors, because, like, you're not gonna see them often. They don't all have to be gorgeous. Some of them can be kind of silly.
Yeah. And thank you for being with me on the green train.
Yeah, like, I don't get why there's so much hate for green shinies.
Me neither.
honestly.
People don't like
doesn't make any
green.
sense.
I feel like green's like a fairly popular color to like, but maybe not. Like, I don't know, chartreuse and teal are like 2 colors I really like.
Mm-hmm.
They're just really nice colors. So the fact that people don't like green shinies is just weird to me.
I think that green is kind of seen as this like swampy, unappetizing color, and like the people that like green really like green, but if you're like into Dragonite because it's a dragon, you're not gonna
You
really
don't
be
like
happy.
green Dragonite.
Yeah.
Green green Dragonite is a bit weird, color-wise.
Yeah, but the problem isn't that it's green, it's that particular green.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the green, it's not that it's green, it's like that it's a kind of weird green, and that the belly contrasts in a way that doesn't look quite good.
Right.
Like, maybe if the belly had been tinted like a nice little mint color, it would have looked really cute.
I mean, I'm sure this won't surprise you. I like it, but
Yeah, no, I can...
I know I'm in the minority there.
I feel like for me, it really is the contrast between the other colors on it, because I like that shade of green.
Yeah.
I just don't like it with the really bright, like, beige belly.
Yeah. I can't say I have very strong feelings about shiny Dragonite one way or the other, but...
71 Dal says, too much green shinies. Don't worry.
I don't think there are. I just think that they're notable to people.
Most of the internet agrees with you, so no worries there.
Yeah.
But
I
they're
really
here to
think
stay.
the green shinies are just really notable to people, and thus, like, people remember them, and they think of them when they think of shinies. Because I feel like if you counted up the number of shinies with, like, the base, like, by base color, there would not be that many green.
Yeah,
there
I
would
think
be
you're
some
probably right.
really notable shinies, but there would not be, like, there would not be so many green shinies that it would be too many. That's just my opinion.
How's that look?
I like it.
I really love the legs, especially. I feel like you nailed the angle on those. I think the size on those looks excellent.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of pink shinies. There's a lot of yellow shinies.
There's just
Like
there's just a lot of shinies.
Oh yeah.
And like colors are gonna get repeated.
Yeah. I think there's quite a lot of yellowy shinies, but like I'm not gonna say there's like too many.
There's just a lot of shinies. There's a lot of Pokemon. Did you notice? There's a lot of green Pokemon.
Yo, question. Can you import Pokemon in from Gen 7 into BDSP?
Pokemon
not
Home
sure yet.
access isn't live yet, but it will be.
When it is, because I was looking through the decks to look at shinies, and I noticed like Skitties in there, and I'm like, yes, I can bring in Gazorp Field. Gazorp Field is my I think he's shiny. My shiny Evilite cosmic power passing Skitty.
Wonderful.
He's terrible, but I love him.
You love to see it. You love to see a bad competitive Pokemon that you made bad on purpose.
I do actually plan on making a little Cup Skitty, because they, like, actually seem pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, hello, I'm a ground type. Yeah, I'm gonna Thunder Wave you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a freaking Skitty.
Normalize is a fun ability.
Normalize is very cool.
I wish had more distribution.
Mm-hmm. It was the first type-changing ability. People forget about Skitty.
I don't. I'm there with you. Skitty's
I
good.
gotta sprite my Delcatty evolution. I haven't sprited any. Like, I've designed all my cat Pokemon evolutions. They're for, Persian, well, Cantonian Persian. Delcatty and Perugly.
Mm-hmm.
And, they are Perlander, Delcortison, and, I forget the Perugly one's name. Growlitesque, that's it. Growlitesque. And they all get, like, a secondary typing, and they're all... I love them all.
Alright, I think I'm okay to just kind of clean this one up a little bit just because of like the overlapping lines and such, and then put some color on it. Well, what do you think?
I like it a lot.
All right.
Hello, Jenkins, Kurupendant, and Raphael.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We're talking
Hafa
about
was
Pokemon.
here already, but hello, Indigo. Normalize is interesting to say the least. I like all the type changing abilities, to be honest.
They're very
I think
cool.
they're cool. Yeah.
So Jenkins, I currently have. Sorry to talk Digimon again,
No, we're
but
back.
I
in.
currently have a Vegiemon on my watch because I got my like jungle themed dim card in the mail. So he's hopping around. I love Vegiemon. He's just he's one of those Digimon that's just like, I look goofy and I am not afraid to be goofy. Scyther's looking great. Vegiemon is especially the man, because in, like, Digimon World 1, he's the one who gives you, like, the good meat. So, like, I just have a good association with him. Because everyone else gives you crap meat. And then
True.
Vegiemon just comes out of the ground and is like, hey, do you want sirloin? And I'm like, hell yeah.
The game is hard to play before you get sirloin.
100%, yeah.
It's one of those things.
Oh,
really
that's
rough.
awesome. I bought sets of, play sets of both Grand Kawagamon cards. I need to, like, get some other cards, for sure, but... And then it's like, oh, the good green decks digivolve Grand Kawagamon into Chaosmon, and I'm like, but why would you make him ugly? I mean, I know why, but I'll get some Chaosmon later. I just like Grand Kawagamon. And, like, the fact that, like, that's one thing I like about the Digimon card game compared to the Pokemon card game. The Pokemon card game is, like, you can play 4 of, like, a Pokemon. The Digimon card game is, like, you can play as, like, you can play 4 of each number. So, like, if it's the same Digimon, but it has different numbers, like, you could potentially have, like, 24 Agumon. Or more. So I've got, like, 8 of my... I'm gonna build a deck with, like, 8 of my favorite Digimon. Yeah, I can just, like, sit this guy's butt around until I actually, like, wanna do, like, an OTK, and then I'm just like, okay, I win. He's ugly now, but I win. I'll de-digivolve him. I like the fact that he's, like, kind of in, like, competitive decks, though. Like, usually, like, in card games, like, my favorite cards are not in competitive decks. Like, most of the, like, commanders I play in Magic the Gathering are, like, not generally all that competitive. Like, my main deck is mono white, and people are like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, mono white's not as bad as you think it is.
I'm starting with the colors that are in your sketch, but I will we'll adjust them afterwards, after I've just kind of blocked them in.
Yeah, cast form. That is the double-edged sword of normalize. Like, it's really handy to have for certain things, and it makes sure that everything gets stabbed, which is pretty nice.
Normalize is the only one that doesn't also give a power boost, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately. They should retcon it.
Yeah.
Make Delcatty good! It's got one of the lowest base stat totals of, like, any fully evolved Pokemon. Yeah, Digimon, like, card game is weird like that. Like, I was looking at, like, Anubimon, and it's, like, an uncommon, but it's like, this is such a good ability! Like... And then, like, my girlfriend, like, her favorite Digimon so far is, like, Wizardmon, and she just wants to build, like, a Wizardmon deck, and that's apparently viable. It's the same Pokemon card game, though. It's like, I had my homebrew deck that came in second at Cities was frickin' Piloswine? This was, like, Gen 3, so it didn't evolve. But, like, I just built, like, a Piloswine deck, and it was really good. It's like Piloswine, Mantine, and Blossom. And then they retconned the Mantine, or they errated it, because they translated it wrong, and I'm like, oops, I guess this deck isn't as good as I thought, unfortunately. But, yeah, they just made that Mantine bad.
It's just like this card in particular isn't valid anymore.
Yeah. It used to be, it had a Pokemon, Pokebody ability.
Uh-huh.
That said, like, between each turn, remove 1 damage counter from the active Pokemon. But some idiot at the Pokemon Company translated it wrong. And it was supposed to be, when this Pokemon is active, remove 1 damage counter from the active Pokemon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like, it was working or activating, like, from the bench.
Yeah.
But it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. The Piloswine deck, and okay, so Blossom was like a Pokepower that you could use to remove 2 damage counters from the active Pokemon. Piloswine was, you could choose to do more damage with this attack, and I think it went from like 60 to like 100 or something. It went crazy high. And if you did, you flip a coin. And if you got tails, he did 40 damage to himself. So basically what I did was I consistently did that coin flip unless the additional 1 damage that Mantine left on during the opponent's turn would kill me. So I just consistently did that coin flip. And I would just do a ton of damage. The only reason I lost is because... The only reason I got in second place, that is because the guy who ended up in first place played a mono grass type homebrew deck. And Piloswine was weak to grass. So I had nothing to go up against that. But I ended up in second place with like a dumb homebrew deck, so I'm still pretty proud of myself for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Also, Jenkins, that sounds fun. Let me know how it goes. I did call, so Joey didn't know there was a, Digimon called, Titamon, like the Titan one, the Ogremon's Mega. And, he thought I was making a joke about Beelstarmon having tits. He thought I was making, and I said, no, that's Tittymon. Okay, I like Burmy a lot. I like that it's like a bagworm that actually evolves like bagworms metamorph size. I think it's cool. And I like that it just like picks up crap from the ground and just changes its form.
Okay, so, you wanted the color to be, I guess, darker and overall a little bit bluer? Is that right?
Yeah, like a little sprucey. I do kind of like how you have it now, though. If the sprucey color doesn't look good, I would not object to going back to this, like, mint color.
Okay.
I gotta use the bathroom real quick, but hopefully I'll be back by the time you change the color.
Well, I'm changing it right now. I'm gonna mess it up completely now.
Okay, I'll be right back, though.
So, Banana Meteor, what do you think of this color?
For the sides, maybe the stream is lagging. Hold on, what color am I looking at?
You'll see it in a few seconds.
Okay.
You'll know it when you see it.
Okay. My goodness.
I feel like this is a more Scyther-y color, right?
This looks like a flesh monster from some Orwellian story.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that.
We gotta keep it green.
I'm not gonna completely ignore what Infinipede was going for.
While they're gone, you just change everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's different now.
Yep. Shouldn't have gone to the bathroom right when we're doing colors. Now you have no say in colors.
Needs to be more green, like an Espeon.
Oh, maybe...
Like a antler.
How about that?
Oh,
then?
don't make it sick. Don't make it
No, you're not
sick.
supposed to come back so soon.
I have a rat.
Oh, which rat?
Maddie. Maddie's definitely the one who's better at being picked up and handled.
Hi, Maddie. I want to meet them.
I know, you will. Oh my god, she's crawling, like, she likes to crawl between, like, my arm and my side. Where are you going? What? Ugh. Don't hang out behind my butt. I don't want to squish you. Scoop you up. No?
What do you think of this kind of bluer color?
It. I mean, I feel like I like the mint a little better now. But the one you have on screen now is good.
How about... come on, scroll. How about that? With the more minty main color, I guess, but the bluer accent color.
Bluer accent color a lot. And the more minty main color. It looks good.
Okay. I think maybe the minty green just needs to be a little bit darker, maybe? So let me play around with that.
Libris, don't look at chat.
Yeah, somebody posted a spoiler.
Okay, well, hopefully there's one of the mods around to take care of that.
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure you didn't see that.
I did not. Oh, my command didn't work.
It's tough because I know this is a Pokemon stream and people are passionate about the content, so they want to talk about it. I do too. I feel it cast form, but Libris is spoiler free on it.
Yeah.
Stream Elements,
I'm
why aren't
saying,
you
like-
doing the thing I'm telling you to do?
I'm staying low spoiler.
There we go.
There it goes. Hi, Maddie.
I've done spoiler-free Pokemon games before, and I had a wonderful time. But at Legends Arceus, I'm just deep enough now that like what I know is what I know. So
Yeah, like I know some of it, but like I'm staying like low info.
yeah,
I'm not actively seeking stuff out.
Yeah.
as time goes on, it gets harder and harder to do, especially with like social media just being so prominent in our lives. Like I don't know if I could block all the content like coming in at me from.
Oh, that's why I just don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, it's easier for me just not being active on Twitter.
I'm fairly active there just for like art stuff.
Yeah.
So, whoopsie.
Maddie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think this works better.
Looks good.
As far as Legends, like, I know a few things, but it's like, I know that there's regional farms, and I know a couple of them. I know a little bit of what they look like, but I like that is okay for me to know because I kind of expected it. Like it would have been, you know, exciting to go into Legends and be like, oh, there's a regional Growlithe, and not only that, but it looks exactly like the one we did.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny to me that it looks just like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's
that
when I looked was when I saw
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And
So
Capcom
like,
7, you're totally fine. I don't think you run into a lot of people these days who try to go spoiler free on stuff like this. So
Yeah.
like, we're not.
yeah,
mad.
no, it's all right, Castmore. Don't worry about it. I didn't look, and I see you deleted the message, so we're good. But yeah, I like knowing that they're like it would have been funny to like go through that when playing the game,
Yeah.
but that's not really what I'm more concerned about. What I'm really trying to avoid is more just like gameplay stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how is the game different from a normal Pokemon game? That is the stuff I do not want to know.
Yeah. Which is tough because like.
Because that's what's
everyone's
got
There's a lot
excited
going
about.
on there, yeah.
Also, hi April.
Yeah.
Welcome, April.
Well, there we go. I'm pretty happy with this Scyther as is.
Yeah. Looks good.
And so let me just hide the references, and now we'll hide Scyther, and we'll move on to Pinsir.
Okay.
While I wait for the stream to catch up with what I'm already showing so that you can talk about it, let me go and copy what you sent to put as the concept.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the rat back in back in the cage so I don't have to manage making sure she's not causing any mischief. 1 second. Oh. I know that you want me. I know. Let's go now.
See you later, Kuru. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Indigo.
Also, mad respect to baby talk voice for rats. Rats are babies. It's everyone's reminder for the day.
Sorry about that. They hadn't gotten out like last week because I was on vacation. So,
That's totally fine. As a fellow rodent person to another, I understand.
yeah, so she did not want to go back in her cage.
None of us want to go back into our cages.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Real comment in society.
Okay, so Pinsir.
Yeah.
I wanted to add some color to it because like Canon Pinsir is like grayish brown and gray.
Yep. Yeah, it's got great color.
Is that piece of art you have in the top left legitimate Pinsir art?
Yeah, that is red and green Pinsir.
It looks like shit.
Yeah, it's not great. Like, it looks like more like something I would draw than something Ken Sugimori would draw.
You can do better than that. Like, I don't know what Ken Sugimori, like, showed up to work late that day, and he's like, oh, I haven't had my coffee. Here's Pinsir. They were like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, like, the arms look really wonky. Maybe I could do better than that? I don't know.
I don't know why that leg in front, too, is just darker than every other part of the Pinsir. Like, what is going on there?
Yeah, I imagine that's more to do with the scan or the photograph that the image is taken from, but...
Okay. If it's from a scan, that makes sense, but, like,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, these are watercolors, so they are all scans.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, I wanted to add some color.
Yeah.
I wanted to give it wings, but not, like, enough that it could fly, so I gave him, like, little bitty wings.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the giant, like, pincers looking more like fangs. Like, because that's not, like, they're not the stag beetle's teeth, you know? Like, it's got mandibles, but it's not, those are, like, you know, they're different. And it's hard to see on the art. I tried to, like, up the contrast to make it easier to see, but I gave it, like, more of a mouth with, like, little mandibles, and I kept the, like, giant things, the giant pincers on its head.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it look similar to, I gave it some similarities to Scyther with how its arms are, because that's its original counterpart. But I also wanted to make it look like Heracross, because that's a slightly more modern take on a wrestling beetle Pokemon. And that's its current, like, counterpart. I also gave it more, like, modern looking eyes, and I thought it would be cool if it had, like, you know, like 6 limbs. So I gave it, like, 2 little arms that it could use for, like, grappling people.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I really like it. I think my main thing with it is that I feel like the horns look more like they are for slicing than like they are for grabbing.
Yeah, no, we can alter them.
But yeah, the horns on OG Pinsir, like, obviously they're, I don't know, they don't look natural to me, but to me they look more like grabby things than like eating things.
Yeah.
We
We could base it on Mega Pinsir's horns. I like those.
Yeah, maybe. Those are just look like exaggerated to me.
I like the inner part of them with the two like large
Okay. Yeah.
spikes and then the
Yeah, we could do something that's more like that.
yeah.
But I like that I like that they're rounded, right? Like rather than like a Scyther scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are for like grabby stuff. I like if we're talking about poses, I like the middle pose.
The middle pose is great.
Where he's actually like crossing them and he's stepping towards you like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
I do lament the loss of the OG Pinsir mouth a little, just because that feels so iconically Pinsir to me, but like, I'm sure we can make it work without it.
It's very much, it feels more like a Digimon mouth.
I get what you're saying.
Like if you look at like Wormmon, like it's like a more complex version of like Wormmon's mouth.
It's always felt a little too horror for Pokemon.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So
What if
like
we
I
do-
get that it's on one hand it's really iconic for Pinsir, on the other
Yeah.
hand we are redesigning Pinsir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
what
for
if
it.
we do something like, because what you have right now is basically like just two little spikes, right? I'm drawing it on screen. I realize you're not going to
Yeah.
see it right away. But what if we also have like two kind of bottom spikes?
Ooh.
I'll
Alright, draw it out and I'll
Yeah.
take a look.
So it's still like small and kind of understated, but it's more of a reference to OG Pinsir.
Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe if like the bottom spikes aren't quite as like rounded around the edges, I guess is one way to put it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out because I want it to be sort of, you know how like Heracross is like a simplified mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. I want it to be a little more simplified, but also look a little scarier than like, you know, Heracross's like little smiley face. Because Pinsir is definitely like the more angry and threatening of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this, or you know, some variation
Yeah,
of this can accomplish that.
sure. Yeah, if we give it like bottom teeth, definitely in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that'll definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks really good.
Okay.
I like that one a lot.
The other thing that I wanted to just kind of talk about, not necessarily change, is that you made the legs a lot like Scyther legs.
Yes, that is intentional.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I assumed it was intentional.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if we could find a way to still kind of have the Scyther style, but not have so much of the Scyther shape.
Sure.
Just because it's... I don't know, I guess I just liked having the contrast between Scyther and Pinsir. You know, Scyther is the, like, fast and mobile one.
Yeah.
Pinsir is the pudgy and slow one. I don't know if that translates to their stats, but at least in terms of the way they look.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't mind if Pinsir was fatter. Like, I think that would be cool.
Sure. We can make the. I mean, I kept the body shape generally the same. I just tapered it off and added the extra set of arms. The legs, yeah, we can shorten the legs. I want them to have that joint, like, for the, like, knee, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can
Yeah.
shorten the like, calf and feet area and give them the two in front, one in back toe formation.
Yeah, I like the changes you made to the legs because it does make them feel a little more like partner Pokemon, which
Yeah.
of course they are. So
They were initially, yeah. I wanted to kind of bring it so it's somewhere in between, like, it was Scyther's, like, counterpart, and then Heracross became its new counterpart in Gen 2. So I wanted to make it seem like it could be both, kind of.
I don't know if the drawing that I did there is going to be clear enough what I have in mind, but
Oh yeah, that's all good.
just
Make him
stubbier.
Sure.
yeah, stubbier and like splayed out to the side, so we can still have
like
that yellow joint part, but then from there, instead of doing a little like raptor feet where it sticks out forward, it has more of the Pinsir feet and it just sticks
yeah.
out downward.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to keep the head the same. If we're just
Yeah,
talking...
yeah, for sure.
Except for the changes we're making to the horns.
Yeah.
And the mouth.
Yeah. Let's. Well, actually, I want to keep Mega Pinsir up if we're gonna look at that for.
Yeah, if we're looking at like
for the horns,
and
so I'll just
the wings,
stick
maybe.
it over here somewhere.
Yeah, if we do a new 151 plus, like as bonus redesign streams, I'd love to do a Heracross to match this Pinsir.
Oh, that would be cool. I would like that.
So a Heracross to match Scyther?
No, to match this Pinsir.
Yeah, but this Pinsir matches Scyther, so
Yeah, but then Heracross matched Pinsir.
yeah.
I feel like this one is sort of an in-between of, like, I want it to, like, be more, like, to match Scyther more, but I also want to keep that connection to Heracross.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Feel ya.
Yeah.
Pinsir and Heracross are truly, like, kindred should have been partner Pokemon. Like,
Yeah,
they feel very lateral.
I think that's what, like, Heracross is trying to accomplish. Especially because so many, like, Japanese games have, like, this is the Stag Beetle, this is the Rhino Beetle.
Right, because
They fight. Like, Digimon, Metabots, like, it's so iconic.
Now, do we know if Heracross was one of the Pokemon that was intended for Gen 1 and got retroactively cut because of the cartridge limit?
That's a good question. I don't know.
No idea.
Okay. I don't know the answer either. I was just wondering. I think that was like 30 Pokemon or something, if I'm remembering that right.
It was 39, if I'm not mistaken, because it was supposed to be 190.
Huh. Weird number to pick.
I don't know if that it was a number, really. Like, that they chose that for the number, just... That's how many they came up with that they were happy to include.
Yokai Watch is another one that I was thinking of. It does start with you catching bugs. See, when I think of bug yokai, I just think of, like, the emo mosquitoes.
I love that. There's so many good designs in Yokai Watch.
Fucking solid designs. My favorites are still No Way and his, like, evolution. He's just a wall that tells you no.
Hydabat is just Bat Swadloon, so that's...
Oh, yeah.
That's for me!
Hydabat is good. And I love when they're just like, these are the American yokai! And you're just like, yeah, that's pretty American.
You love to see Japan making something American on purpose, because it's always such a funny stereotype of us.
Yeah, but, like, we've done the same to them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's like,
We deserve
I'll
it.
take it. Yeah, we deserve it. And it's like, we tend to not be offended by, like, American stereotypes. I feel like most Americans are like, yeah, that's us.
Speaking of them...
I don't know almost anything about Yokai Watch, unfortunately, so...
You should play it. It's a fun, like, the games have solid mechanics.
I think that's one you would enjoy playing on stream, too.
Yeah, that would be great to stream.
I think fans would be really into that. I know, because I'm a fan and I'd be into that.
Oh yeah, I would love to watch,
I haven't been playing other monster collecting games on stream. I've been playing only, like, the spin-offs that I hadn't played before. But
I would love to see you play, like, any, like, other, like, when you're done with, like, the Pokemon spin-offs you haven't played and you're like, what should I play? Like, Yokai Watch, Dragon Warrior Monsters, like, Megaten games.
Yeah. I say it every time, but I would die to see you play Viva Pinata. It would warm my heart.
Digimon. Yeah, like, I feel like you should definitely do, like, definitely do some other Monster Battlers at some point.
yeah, no, I've been... Well, I played Monster Sanctuary, and I loved it.
I gotta play that one.
So, like, it's... Like, I'm working on playing more monster games, but I just haven't done it on stream.
Someday. I know you got a lot on your plate, so...
Exactly, yeah. But, like, hey, when you run through all the Pokemon spin-offs, Okay, the head seems too big for the body. Like, I know
Yeah,
Pinsir, like OG Pinsir has, like, a big head.
No, it's because I was trying to get a little bit, again, of that foreshortening.
Okay, yeah.
But from the middle pose, right? But I don't think it's really going to work because it would hide the detail of the legs that you are keen on.
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe I'll have it, like, leaning forward, but not as much.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, something I wanted to pose a question about, since we're in a zone with folks of many cultural sensibilities right now, especially the Libris, is I'm making a snack care package for one of my friends in the UK, and I was wondering if you guys have any favorite American snacks or specifically foods from America that seemed good that you have wanted to try before that you think would be good to include in that, because I don't even know what's exclusive to me here.
I'll have to think back to when I was in high school or middle school, and there would be like someone from my class brought a giant bag of American candy to school. So I'm gonna have to like think back to what was in there, because I'm generally not really into candy. Like, I eat chocolate, but it's not the same thing. So, and here in Canada, like, we have a lot of the same things that, at least of those same candies that were prized and special, in Brazil. Like, the one that comes to mind is Nerds.
Ooh, Nerds. Okay. I don't know if they have those in the UK.
The thing that
I have no idea what they have in the UK. I've never been there, so.
Yeah. I know people from the UK tend to hate American chocolate.
Yeah, because we have this thing in ours that just makes it taste like bomb to people in the UK. For reference, last time I sent York peppermint patties and I sent Warheads. And,
Warheads.
Oh, Warheads. Yeah, that was definitely one of those candies.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
really funny.
I got like a super specific one,
Oh, sure.
but it's something you can get. Peppermint pig.
Peppermint pig. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Because that's like super local to us.
Yeah, I should do that.
And it's around Christmas time, so they should be available.
Yeah, I wonder what the closest like peppermint pig store. What is that? Like Saratoga?
Yeah.
Or something?
Go to Saratoga Springs and you can find them.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Of course, now we're getting into the Christmas. Last time I went out, we're not even close to Christmas. We're like 40 days out from Christmas, and last time I was out in public, it was just a sea of middle-aged white women buying wrapping paper, and it's like, I get that we're getting close. Calm down.
Yeah,
please.
like when I was like, the places around us aren't playing like Christmas music, but when I was in Florida, everywhere was playing Christmas music.
My God,
And
it's
I'm just like,
scary out there already.
Yeah. And then when I went to the mall, and that was like a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't find a place to park. There was just too many people.
Yeah. Every year it gets just like more insane and more commercialized. So
Yeah.
I try to get things done early. Like I try to get this stuff out of the way early, but now everyone gets it out of the way early. So like I don't know.
Well, like, especially this year, or just
yeah.
recently and potentially for the foreseeable future, supply chain disruptions everywhere. So you kind of have to be prepared, and you have to order things ahead of time and all that.
Yep.
Right. I'm scared to know what the postal situation will look like in a month.
I am gonna have a rough time because like I'm out of money for this month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to order stuff like beginning of December 3rd, which is a problem because that's one of my partner's birthdays. So I'm gonna have to be like, I'm gonna have to go out and get their gift like immediately.
Right.
On that morning, which I know what I'm getting them. They don't watch that. Justin, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I'm spoiling you. But so they got like they're starting to get into like Warhammer with me and my girlfriend, and like Age of Sigmar, and so they bought the start collecting kit for the fire slayers or whatever, the half naked angry ginger dwarves.
Yeah.
And they built the whole set, but they don't have like any of their own tools, and they don't have any of their own paints. So I'm gonna buy them the like tool and paint kit.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
Oh, nice.
That's a great idea. For the record, if you just want to do those amiibo cards for me, great, done. You don't have to buy me anything.
I already bought you something.
Oh no, thank you. You're too nice.
The amiibo cards will be a bonus.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have your like last year's Christmas gift as well as your birthday gift from this year. So like when you come over, you're just gonna get like 5 things.
All right, note to self: make a absolute pile for Infinipede. Would be wonderful. We should plan that. Maybe we can get together this holiday season.
Oh,
and,
definitely. Yeah. No,
yeah.
we definitely need to plan that.
I am going to Seattle in a couple weeks to see my parents, but I'm sure we can schedule something where either you visit there or you visit here.
Yeah, like let me know like what your schedule is for like December.
Yeah.
When you know. And I've got like not much of a schedule right now because I'm not working at the moment. But I'm gonna look into maybe getting a job at like either the zoo or the art store or something.
Okay.
That being said, I'll probably be able to make time.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna be right across the across the sound from us, you want to hop over the water?
Libris, you're invited too. Come visit us.
Well, going all the way to East Coast is a little bit more.
Yeah. Hey, maybe if you're ever in like the New York area, or like heck, if you're ever in like the near Niagara Falls, you could probably come visit me.
Oh yeah.
We will have to meet up someday where I haven't lost my voice. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. All I remember is like my dad driving us to like Pennsylvania, and like we were merging into traffic, and you were like, merge every time we were merging into traffic.
Is that how you lost your voice?
No, I don't even know how it had. Just like woke up that day and it was like, oops, it's gone. It probably happens to me like once a year still. Don't know why.
Oh, really?
I guess my body's just too fragile. But I have to be super careful too when I lose it, because if I use it, it'll just stay gone. So has to be like a solid week or so where I just absolutely shut up, which is tricky for me.
Sometimes like I'll wake up with a sore throat and I'll be like, oh no, I've got the COVID. But like it turns out I was just teaching a complicated board game the day before. So I'm talking a lot.
You just stressed it enough.
Yeah, it happened to me at the retreat. And I was like, oh my god, I hope I'm not getting the COVID. But like I had like taught 3 board games the day prior.
Yeah, it's a use it and lose it situation for me. If I use it too much, it going away. I like what we're doing with Pinsir. I like this pose. This is good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just in case I hadn't said anything about Pinsir in a while.
Oh yeah, the theme of the stream, right? Yeah.
That thing. The thing we're all here for? I remember that.
The thing we all interrupted our Sinnoh adventures for. Well, I guess not all of us, but
I interrupted my Netherworld adventure.
I mean, here's the secret. I've just been playing while we've been streaming, but
I should have brought my Switch over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do double encounters in Eterna Forest right now for hopefully a shiny. Just because that's not something you can do once. I mean, you could do it after you have left, but it's a lot easier to do it during a playthrough when you have Cheryl and you're doing double battle encounters. So I thought that would be fun.
The aspects that are supposed to be Scyther-esque are the joints. The different colored joints with the segments down them. And initially the legs, but we changed them to pincery legs.
Yeah, just something kind of in between.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you catch Pokemon when you have Cheryl?
Yeah, you just have to faint one. As always.
Oh my god, there's too
Oh, you
many
have to-
games coming out.
You have to faint her too, though, right?
Well,
Well, I mean to be safer.
I think they got rid of her doing egg bomb on them, which is in the original one. But yes, that is something I will have to do. Hopefully, it'll go well.
Oh my god, there's too many games coming out. Like, this month was Megaten 5 and BDSP. Next month is Danganronpa Ultimate Summer Camp, which I'm hyped for. And then freaking Legends. And I was like, oh, too many games. Too many games.
Oh man, Raphael, resetting for a shiny starter is brutal. I don't think I could do it personally, just because, good gosh, you have to wait through a lot of text and that nice
yeah.
cutscene of picking the box and whatnot. I did it once on Heart Gold Soul Silver, but that's because that game lets you see if they're shiny or not before you pick them. So you're essentially getting like 3 encounters on each reset. But like, good God, I would not want to do that in another game. No, thank you.
Hello, James23 and Oni Boy.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. Yeah. I'm not even gonna be able to go back and play after, like, right after we finish. I have work that I was not able to finish yesterday, and so now I have to do it today because it was due a week ago and then it was due yesterday. But it's just been a lot of work. Like, I haven't, like, just not turned it in. I've been in touch with my employers, but yeah, it's just been a lot, and so it's taken much longer than it was projected to take. So.
Alright, Jenkins, you know what I mean. I handed you the DS and you got it in 5 resets, but I did the brunt of the work. You know that. Man, Pinsir really works with the extra arms. I like this.
Yeah, the arms are good.
I might put its right leg even a bit further back just to balance it out a little more. But other than that,
Yeah, right. Like, the first drawing that I did was just kind of a gesture drawing, and I did it all in one layer. So now that I'm redrawing it, I'm doing all of the parts separately so that I can adjust it a little bit more easily.
okay, cool. Man, Cascoon is great shiny too. If I got shiny Cascoon, I would be tempted to not evolve it. Just a big green gumball. Perfect.
Well, this looks better than I thought it would at this stage. I thought I was gonna have to, you know, do more work on it. I want to flip the two small arms with each other.
I really like the mouth. I feel like you guys nail it with the mouth.
Yeah, the mouth looks great.
I'll have to adjust it a little bit, but because I drew one arm as if it was like palm up and the other arm as if it was back of the palm up, palm down. But it looked weird with the rest of the pose.
Yeah, I think it looks better the way you
So
put
yeah,
them.
this looks better. I'll probably have to adjust the sizes and stuff a little bit, but because we're supposed to have the right side reaching forward and the left side reaching back, so it didn't make sense to have the left side on one of the arms be reaching forward. So.
Whole lot of Pokemon with multiple arms, huh? Like we get Machamp and like what else? Kofagrigus, I guess?
Multiple arms are the best. We need more of them.
I don't even know if I would consider Kofagrigus multiple arms. Like, I guess they are all arms, but it also doesn't have legs.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess there's a fair amount of bugs that have, like, bug appendages, but I wouldn't really consider many of them arms.
No.
Metang has 2 arms, Jenkins. That's the normal amount. Okay, Metagross. Okay.
Is
We
it
got
arm
there.
legs?
Yeah, like whether you consider Metagross to have 4 arms or 4 legs, eh. Yeah, how does this look, Infinipede?
To me.
We'll need to find a good way to like decide the color of the horns so that it still has that pink, because I really like that pink.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a red, but I guess it is pink.
Yeah, well, I suppose it can be red, but I do like it as pink. I think brown and pink just go together really well.
They do, yeah.
So, maybe. I'm gonna try a different version of the horns. Let's see, because like I like the shape of it, but I feel like the colors wouldn't necessarily work with this shape. So I want to see if I can find something that has a similar shape,
Yeah.
but that
Makes sense.
allows the division of color to look a little bit more natural.
Makes sense, yeah. Similar shape, but like... I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can't get over how bad the top left Pinsir is. Like, it looks like one of those like bootleg gaming magazines that's like Pokemon
yeah.
revealed.
Yeah! Oh my god, that one Beckett magazine that like somebody drew the Gen 2 Pokemon from memory or something.
Yeah, for real.
That is so ugly. I had that magazine and like, oh my god.
I remember it. It was
Yeah,
great.
and that was my first look at the Gen 2 Pokemon.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, as a kid, it was like amazing. So.
Yeah, of course. It's like, oh, news.
Oni boy, can you explain what you mean by kabanda? What you had there for a minute, Libris, but the line delineating the two colors was a bit too thick.
Oh, I just didn't like it at all, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, something similar would work good.
What do you think of that? Of what I have now with, like, I guess like a gap in the middle, and the inside can be colored.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Oh, I like that too.
That is interesting, Oni boy. I think there's still a bit of that in there, especially with the multiple arms, because some of the depictions of this guy have like the big multiple arms. And we have like tusks too that kind of look like some of the fangs on this guy. But I think I wanted to really go in more with connecting it to Scyther, since this is just this remake of, you know, like Gen 1. I also think it is very loosely based. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon based on like religion, folklore, mythology, and cryptozoology, but I think the connection with Pinsir is very loose. You didn't miss much, Aiden.
It's hard for me to say how much someone has missed often because I miss the time when they say I gotta go.
Same.
So like, how long has it been?
Just need to keep like a bullet point checklist. Be like, okay, this part you missed this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed the mouth prior, and I just feel like the mouth is not very, like, modern Pokemon. So we kind of came to that compromise with the mouth we have now. Stopped watching at 1. Oh, your different time zone.
No, I think
say.
I think
brain was
Aiden is
like,
on my
"Aiden,
time
I'm
zone,
still
so
free."
1 was an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
So you've missed a lot, actually.
Yeah, you've missed Pinsir, probably. So there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
All right, I think this looks pretty good. I only want to refine just a few things, but for the most part, like, I think this looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So too.
it looks awesome.
And I promise I'm not just saying that because I'm hungry.
Yeah, it looks great. Can I go eat now?
Free me!
You can eat now.
Well, I don't like to, because I want to like engage with you guys.
Yeah.
On stream.
Yeah, I just snack and turn my face away from the mic.
I think I'm extra anxious about loud eaters because I come from a family of immensely loud, open-mouthed chewers.
Oh,
So
no.
I never want to be that for other people.
Yeah. The drawing in the right-hand corner is my original art. I turn away.
Oh, did I
yeah,
draw
that's
all
me.
of them on the same layer? I did.
Turn away from the mic to snack.
Used to play D&D with someone who, while on Discord, ate Skittles out of a metal bowl. Which is just as loud as you think it sounds.
Oh, wow. I'm, like, always nervous when I'm DMing if I have to, like, eat, because I'm hungry. Like, it's like
Yeah.
I'll order dinner, but then it's like, oh my god, I have to be quiet.
It's like never as bad if like everyone breaks for food at the same time, because then you're not really
Oh,
like,
yeah.
focused on the noises anyone else is making. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to be around someone eating when you're not eating.
Yeah. But it's hard, like, if you're hungry.
I get it. I understand the struggle. I hope you have a D&D session on Monday, Gano. I feel like I am one of the few people among my friend group that just is not that into D&D, and more power to you if it's your thing. I have trouble resonating with it.
I'm in the same D&D group as Gano, and I think we've now rescheduled to next week 4 times.
Oh no!
Yeah. Twice because of my vacation.
Yeah.
But like at least each time it was someone different who couldn't make it.
It's very polite of you guys to try to make it work for everyone.
Well, I mean, we're all like all of our characters are hanging out together.
Yeah. So you kind of have to.
It's gonna be a little bit awkward if we play and just one of us just kind of like sits there.
Yeah.
The system I play has a good like way to deal with that. That's like in game, where it's so Invisible Sun takes place in a world called the Actuality, and the world that we live in as people, as players, is called Shadow, and it's like a fake reflection of the world.
Hmm.
And the idea is that when a player can't make it, their character gets sucked back into Shadow, where they once lived, essentially. Because the player characters are Visley, they're like mages, that were in Shadow for a long time to escape from this war.
Okay.
But they get pulled back into the Actuality, and they're trying to like rebuild their lives. So the idea is like if a person can't make it, they've become nostalgic for something in Shadow and just get pulled back in temporarily. And the other characters will mention it for like at the beginning or occasionally, and then we just continue going as normal. Like, I don't like playing if we're missing 2 or more, but if we're just missing 1 and their character isn't like involved in the story for that session, like, we'll just go and be like, oh no, he's in Shadow.
Yeah. I have been enjoying this D&D campaign so far. We've only done 3 sessions, but I've only done, like, before this, I've only done D&D once, twice, depending on how you count it. I did a starter campaign. My friend who was DMing it was her first time DMing. Everyone else had never played D&D before, so it made sense for us to do that. But like, that meant that I had no connection to my character, so even though like the sessions were fun, I had no desire to just like to keep going with that character.
Yeah.
And the other time it was Pokemon D&D that my friends mostly and I was helping, but they were kind of developing the system, and that ended because of people being busy, but then there was a pandemic and that kind of got in the way, you know?
Oh yeah, no, the pandemic definitely does get in the way.
And then we moved. So like now, even if everyone is vaccinated, which I'm not sure because we haven't like really been in touch with the group, but you know, even if everyone was willing to get back to our campaign, we don't all live in the same city anymore.
Yeah, that messes it up.
Yeah.
Like, 2 of our, for my real-life Invisible Sun thing, 2 of our players left, because they moved. So, we're just gonna continue with, like, the 3 we have remaining. Because we were like a couple sessions away from the end. So.
Oh, okay. Jenkins is stuck in the underground.
Free him!
I haven't been to the underground yet because I'm stuck shiny encountering in Eterna Forest, but that's my fault, so.
Yeah, I haven't been to the underground yet just because I haven't gotten to that part. But the thing that I got quote unquote stuck on, and I was like, what do I do about this? Was the Poketch. I wanted to get rid of it.
I hate it on my screen as well. It's almost like it was designed to be on a different screen.
Yeah, but you can get rid of it. You can turn it off. It's just not obvious, and I don't think the game tells you, or if the game tells you, I didn't notice, but you just hold R.
Okay.
Like if you tap R, it'll, you know, toggle between the little one and the big one, but if you just hold R, it goes away.
Okay.
And then you tap R again to bring it up. But yeah.
It's one of those things where it's so clunky, and like I don't know why they wanted to bring it back in the same way for this game, because like this is not a 2-screen console and it just feels weird that it's here in the same way.
Yeah. Does this game, I've been playing docked because I'm recording, but does this game have touch controls?
It does. One of the things I was surprised to see come back is you can still polish your badges for whatever reason. I'm glad it's there,
Cute.
but like, for whom?
It's cute, and I like those little details.
It's weird because I can't think of like any other Switch game that has touch controls.
I mean, they all should have.
Oh yeah,
No.
because it exists.
Right, it's a touch screen, but like almost no games utilize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in some cases, it does look like it has touch controls, and I just wasn't sure because I'm not playing handheld.
Yeah, so maybe you're intended to play handheld for this one since the Poketch is on the overlay and like there's so many little things in the Poketch that are very handheld-esque.
The game tells you press R, it doesn't tell you to hold it. Oh yeah, Okami uses touch controls in handheld mode.
Is Okami on the Switch?
Yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna
didn't even
pick it
know.
up then.
Man, that game's on everything. I mean, good.
Oh yeah,
good game,
it's
by
a
the way.
freaking wonderful game.
I will chill for Okami for a bit. If you haven't played Okami, play it. It's like
It's-
Zelda, but you're a wolf. So
It's Zelda, but better than a lot of Zelda games.
hot take, but like I'm not gonna fight you on that because
Yeah.
I love Okami.
Like Zelda games are great, but Okami is like
Yeah.
a better Zelda game. I'm not throwing shade at Zelda. Zelda's good.
Especially if you are someone who likes Japanese lore and things.
Oh,
My
yeah.
goodness, play Okami. And if you're someone who likes cute doggos, 10 out
Yep.
of 10, good boy.
Oh yeah.
He's a rare pupper. You have to kick me off the stream now because I just said the words rare pupper.
She's a good doggo.
Why do I have to kick you out for saying rare pupper?
Oh, it's just a very tired meme.
I
Well,
have
clearly
nothing
not
wrong
tired
with
enough.
doggo
It
and
hasn't
pupper
reached
meme.
me. Oh hey Wispy. Wispy's our DM for the continuously delayed D&D. Hopefully nobody has an emergency tomorrow. Or Monday. Tomorrow's still
Fingers
Sunday.
crossed.
It is not Monday yet.
Might be able to help you, Raphael, if you know the specific part of Okami you're stuck in. And
Yeah.
Centipede and Libris probably could too. It's one of the few games that between the three of us we have all beaten, aside from
Yeah.
Pokemon, of course. But
I got the stray beads once, and that was tough.
oh my
but
god, the final blockhead stray bead. I love that you borrowed your dad's video camera. For
Oh
that.
yeah.
That was so funny to me. It's like, yeah, that's the way to do it. But
Definitely. I remember that. That was, oh my god.
when I played through the PS4 one a couple of years ago, I recorded it on my phone, and I thought of you. I was like,
Aw.
Ness had the tech.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I read online. I was like, how do you do this? And people were like, just record it.
Record
And I'm
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I did too.
like, yeah. That's how you do it.
Yeah. I don't remember the game well enough to be like to really give too many tips though, or to like figure out what you might be stuck on. But like I got all the stray beads on the second time around on the like new game plus. But I looked it up, like absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's like 100 little collectibles,
all
so it's
of
hard
them,
to it's hard to do on your own.
Yeah. And
It-
yes,
it's very
Okami Den is also fantastic.
I've not played that one.
Oh, well, you should.
I think I got halfway through it, and I should really pick it up again. I think at the time it just wasn't resonating with me, but I should really give it another shot because I have it. So
Yes, definitely play it. Like it might be more interesting, more fun. I don't know if you play it, like if you replay Okami first, because the stories are so tied.
okay.
Yeah.
Will do. I do hope we get Okami 2 someday, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
fingers crossed.
I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath. I feel like between Okami and Okami Den, the story is told. Like Okami Den is Okami 2.
I feel you, but it's one of those things where they're still making a ton of merch for it that's selling well, so I feel like the market is there, and like, I'm sure there's another story they could come up with that's compelling.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Amaterasu is one of the major characters of Shintoism, so...
Yeah. And hell, I ordered my Oki figure's gonna be coming soon.
Oh yeah, that'd
Best-
be so cool.
Best doggo.
I'm so excited that you decided to order that because I know that you love Oki. So
Oh yeah. No, just solid frickin' design.
yeah, he is an edgelord, but he's like, just like such an iconic edgelord.
Oh yeah. Look, I love. There are definitely a lot of edgelords out there I love. So.
If Okami 2 was hinted at or teased a few years ago, I missed it.
I think that they almost started it, but they didn't. I think that was the general. They like thought about it internally, and it just didn't happen.
Oh my god, somebody. I'm just digging through random stuff on Pixiv now. Somebody drew my favorite Ghost Game character and my favorite Cyber Sleuth character together. And I'm like, this person has freaking impeccable taste.
It's always funny when you find like a weird crossover between like two obscure fandoms, and you're like, "Who is this for? Is it for me? Thank you."
Well, I mean, it's like, it's both Digimon, but like they picked like, I mean, it makes sense because they're both hackers.
Right.
But like, it's still like freaking solid. It's like the edgy hacker boy with a guilt complex, and the Chunibyo hacker boy, who moved back to Japan because he's a weeb. Like, he gets, like, in the first episode where he's a major character, he gets, like, exposed by his Digimon partner. It's like, do you know he went to America, but then he moved back to Japan because he likes anime and wants to live out an anime life? And it's like, oh no. Basically, his Digimon just calls him a nerd.
And this character is not Japanese themselves?
He is Japanese.
Oh,
so he's
okay.
more of a, he's an otaku.
Yeah.
But like, his thing is he's like the dorm leader for the boys' middle school dorm. And he went to America to get like his master's degree because he's like a child prodigy. And then he decided to move back to Japan and become the dorm leader because it was like his weird like anime boy Chunibyo fantasy. And he has like one of his hands is bandaged because he's like, you don't want to know what will happen if I unleash the power in this hand, because he's a Chuni. But he's also like a giant he's also like a giant scaredy cat, and like his Digimon's like constantly scaring him. But she also like is developing a crush on him, and they just have such a solid dynamic. It's great.
So how does this look?
Fabulous.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I can't
happy
wait
with
to
it.
see it colored.
All right, well, let's jump into that then.
Do it. Yeah, Jenkins, you got to finish the adventure reboot so you can start watching Ghost Game because it's so good.
Oh yeah, I just realized I didn't put wings on it.
Oh yeah, give him his tiny wings that can't fly,
Whoopsie doodles.
because he's a little baby.
Is it supposed to have spikes on the back? Is that what that is?
No, those are the elytra.
Is that the
outer
modified
wing
wing that is
shell.
the shell?
Yeah, like the kite and wing shell
Okay.
that beetles have.
Yeah.
Minecraft players know.
Well, that's
You
why
can
I
glide-
don't.
You cannot glide with them. Not even if he has fireworks.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, Jenkins, you definitely do, so I can link you, like, all the freaking solid Ghost Game memes I've been finding. Like the haunted Jellymon doll that, drinks all your Pepsi and calls you a bitch. Oh my god.
Is it okay if it's just like minimally visible like that?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You rated those end cities here. Dude, I would play on a Libris SMP. That would be really fun.
Oh my gosh, I would love it.
Especially if it was like the Pokemon Minecraft one.
We should start a server. Be delightful.
Yes!
Go ahead.
I'll make some, like, little pixel arts. I'll make... Every time I make, like, a Minecraft realm, I just make, like, a Kokichi pixel art, like, right near my base. I'll make Kokichi, but I'll give him a, I'll give him the Pokemon he deserves. AKA Grimmsnarl.
Q Gibster. That is a question for Infinipede. What type of beetle is Pinsir based on?
It is Beetle.
Oh, you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out. It is Beetle.
Stag Beetle. S-T-A-G.
It's beetle.
It's a beetle. Yeah, it's a stag beetle. And Heracross is a rhino beetle. And in Japan, they're often diametrically opposed in pop culture.
I'm just imagining its Pokedex entry, which just says, it's beetle.
It's Beetle.
Well, now I'm picturing
Yes,
Pinsir as Beetle from Zelda.
It's Beetle.
Thank you.
What an iconic NPC. Love that dude.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm hoping that, like, in some future Pokemon game, maybe Legends, but, you know, but that there's a merchant that's just named Pinsir.
Please.
That would be a good reference.
Could he be just like Pin Sir? So he's like a sir.
He sells you pins. Gano said, Libris, no spoilers, please.
Look, if Pin Sir appears in a new Pokemon game, I'm gonna sue Nintendo.
Yeah, if we have predicted Pinsir, they better hire us.
Look, we predicted Growlithe.
Yeah. And you know, judging by how many things that I say they should do, it then turns out that they're doing, clearly they are watching.
You're like Jim Stephanie Sterling. You're just predicting stuff.
There's like one like sad, tired Game Freak employee watching this stream, like, quick, write that down! Write that down.
Yeah. Gibster, we get asked that kind of question a lot, like if we're gonna do evolutions, mega evolutions, etc., etc., etc. And like, to be honest, we've been going through this for so long. Like, we just want to finish.
Like,
Well,
I am completely down for like new 151 plus doing like prevos and stuff. I feel like with megas, we've already taken a lot of inspiration from the existing megas
yeah.
for our designs. So like, I feel like megas would not be
Yeah,
wouldn't
and
be
like
something.
I'm also down to do more after this, but it's just like I don't want to really like think about that yet.
Yeah, I think we
Definitely
wanna
not like
finish
make any
this.
decisions. Let's get to Mew,
Yeah.
and then maybe we'll see what happens after that. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I feel up for like doing an entire generation, or even just like committing to any specific group of Pokemon to just like, oh, let's do all the evolutions. I don't think we should commit to that, but if we just decide, well, we'll do whichever evolutions we feel like.
Yeah,
That's-
like
that's okay.
I'd love to do Tangrowth. I'd love to do Smoochum. Like I said, I wouldn't mind doing a Heracross to match this Pinsir, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like those should be like an occasional redesign stream, rather than like a committed.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to do like redesign streams on this channel occasionally.
Oh,
in
take
the
the
style
wheel.
of- What?
You want to take the wheel?
Well, I mean, like, in the style of this, where, like, we're doing, like, not necessarily a project, but, like, occasionally we're doing, like, a collaborative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, if I want to name your Scyther... let me see if this fits. That's 610. Just name it after the weapon it's based on. There you go. Oh, those eyes look sick. You did a really good job with those.
Hello, Photoshop?
Uh-oh.
Photoshop, we're so close.
Please, Photoshop.
And you're like,
Pray-
it's not
pray for Photoshop.
responding. It's not responding in ways that it normally would respond. Like, this isn't the way it normally chokes up. But well, I think we're close enough to the end here. If I'm gonna have to close it and then like bring up the art again, it might be more work than it's worth.
I print screened it.
I think like we can like I'm happy with the colors, and I think you're aware of what the rest of the colors are going to be. The inside of the horn is going to be pink.
Yeah, that's
like,
the same thing as the eyes, probably.
yeah, and just like maybe make the brown a little bit darker. The main body brown, make it darker, but other than that,
Yeah, yeah. I'm fine with the brown you have now, honestly. That works too.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a little bit darker will look better, but
Sure.
yeah. But yeah, so I think Photoshop says this is a good time to end.
Yeah.
Photoshop's like, I'm hungry.
I'm done.
Bye.
Well,
Why?
I am also hungry, and it's been 3
Same.
hours, and I do still need to go do some work. Unfortunately, normally I would like bring up the other Pokemon. I guess I can. Photoshop is responding enough to show and hide things. I can't move them around, but I can show you what Scyther looked like.
Nice.
Anyway, and I think it still saves too. Yeah, it's just
Good.
it just won't paint, and I can't like move my view of it because I have a slightly different view and I'm zoomed in.
Okay, as long as it saves.
Yes, it saves.
Glad you had a good time, Yanis.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you everyone for joining us. Next time, I believe we're doing Magmar and Electabuzz.
Which I'm doing Magmar and Libris is doing Electabuzz.
Yes,
And I will be
but we're
here for
trading.
moral
We're gonna
support.
trade notes ahead of time, hopefully.
Yes, I will chuck my design at you, you chuck your design at mine, and we'll kind of fuse, like, add elements of the others to ours, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll hopefully have a pretty good design. I honestly mostly just want to get rid of the butthead.
Yeah, I will probably want to incorporate some elements of Elekid and Electivire because I really like both of those.
Yeah,
But
same
they are
with,
also like Elekid and Electivire in terms of like design style. They go together really well. Oddly, it's Electabuzz that's the odd one out.
I feel like Electabuzz and Electivire go well together too.
Yeah, they go okay, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to definitely have some Magmortar elements in mind.
right.
Magby, it takes the elements of Magmar that I dislike, but I get what it's going for, so I think I'll be able to use that as well. Like the whole like coals thing.
Yeah. So at least in theory, our next stream should be on December 11th.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I may be out of town. I'll get back to you. I think
Okay.
I'll be back by then, but I'll touch base soon.
Okay.
After that.
Okay. Yeah. If we need to push it to the following week, that's okay too.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next month.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.